Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Baseball from where I sit. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping before we start looking at these games here from Thursday, March 27th, opening day this year. So, a couple of things I want to bring up. I was talking about the Cincinnati Reds. I saw them play in 1974, and I said Ken Griffey Jr. Well, of course, I meant Ken Griffey Sr. Um, the other player I couldn't figure out, I was thinking Dan Dreesen, but no, it was Cesar Geronimo, who was the center fielder for those Reds. Uh, and I said that Luis Severino played now with the Athletics, played for the Tampa Bay Rays, but he played for the Mets. It's Jeffrey Springs who's come to the Athletics and played with Tampa Bay last year. Sometimes, I swear, I just make things up. So a couple other things. On the list here today, the Indians, they were going to start Tanner Bybee in their game, but he has gastroenteritis. Exactly what that is, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's not good enough to. He can't play anyway. Brad Lively is going to pitch in his place. Um, I guess that's pretty much it for now. There's some other stuff I want to get to at some point to talk about pitchers and well, players in general and all the injuries. It just astounds me how many injuries are involved in Major League Baseball at this date. So let's get started. Question of the day. I forgot to say yesterday that 4x6 box was the batter's box. So, and I'll try to remember today. This is an easy one though. What team did Mickey Mantle play for? Mickey Mantle. Again, don't look it up. You're not going to win anything. Just put it in the comments down below. Now let's take a look at the games from today. I'm doing this sitting down because I was jumping around too much yesterday. But so I thought I might try this, and just the way I'm doing it, it's easier. I've got so many notes. So the first game, the Yankees defeated the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2. The Yankees used the strikeout and the long ball on their way to a 4-2 win over the Brewers on Thursday afternoon at Yankee Stadium. Leading off the bottom of the first inning, Austin Wells hit the first home run of the MLB season when he deposited a 2-0 pitch into the right field seats to put the Yankees up 1-0. And then Anthony Volpe followed suit in the second frame, finding the right field stands as well to give New York a 2-0 lead after 2 innings. Vinny Capra kept the Brewers close with another home run of his own, and it was 2-1 after 3 innings. There was no further scored until the bottom of the seventh inning when Aaron Judge hit a ground ball off the third base bag, scoring Ben Rice, who had walked, and then Cody Bellinger hit a sacrifice fly to right field to score as Waldo Cabrera, and New York was ahead 4-1 after 7 innings. Brewers tried to come back when Joey Ortiz led off the ninth inning with a single off their former teammate Devin Williams and scored when Bryce Terang hit a sacrifice fly to center field with the bases loaded, but that was as close as they would get. The Yankee pitchers struck out 13 Brewer batters, including Jackson Chourio, striking out 5 times. It's tough for him. He's a good young player. And 5 strikeouts in the first game of the year. I guess everything is up after that. For their part, the Yankees struck out 10 times. Yankee starter Carlos Rodon went 5 1/3 innings to get the win, and Williams picked up the save. Freddie Peralta went 5 innings in taking the loss. The teams don't play tomorrow, but will be playing afternoon games on Saturday and Sunday at Yankee Stadium. The second game on the list, the Baltimore Orioles spanked the Toronto Blue Jays 12-2. The Orioles used 6 home runs in defeating the Blue Jays 12-2 on Thursday afternoon in Toronto. Adley Rutschman had 2 homers, including one in the first inning that proved to be a harbinger of things to come. Cedric Mullins added 2 long balls as well, while Jordan Westburg added 1 homer and Tyler O'Neill had another. O'Neill's home run marked the 6th straight opening day in which the Canadian from Burnaby, BC, had accomplished the feat, extending his record in that category. Mullins had 5 RBI on the day, while Rushman and O'Neill had 3 each. Newcomer Andres Jimenez hit a 2-run homer, accounting for all the Blue Jay runs. Starter Zach Eflin picked up the win for the Orioles, going 6 innings, while Jose Barrios took the loss, surrendering 6 earned runs over 5 innings. The teams will play again on Friday night before playing afternoon games on Saturday and Sunday. You'll notice that the Yankees and the Brewers, they have an off day tomorrow, and that's all at this time of year. In case there's a rainout today, they could play tomorrow. It's not the case in Toronto because they got the roof, so you don't have to worry about rainouts. That's just something that you'll notice about some of these teams don't play tomorrow. So the next game, Boston Red Sox 5, Texas Rangers 2. The Red Sox broke a 2-2 tie with 3 runs in the top of the ninth inning to defeat the Rangers 5-2 on Friday afternoon in Texas. Trailing 1-0 after 2 innings and 2-1 after 4 frames, the Red Sox tied the game in the top of the 5th before riding a 3-run homer off the bat of Wilyer Abreu, his second of the day, to get the come-from-behind win. Abreu went 3 for 3 on the day with 3 home runs and 4 RBI. Abreu was a one-man wrecking crew, getting half the Red Sox hits. He was the only member of the Boston starting lineup who did not strike out. The Beantowners struck out 13 times in the contest. For the Rangers, Kevin Pillar, who had been contemplating retiring in the offseason, led the Ranger offense, going 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Josh Young was 2 for 4. Aroldis Chapman got the win for the Sox, striking out 1 batter in his inning of work, while Luke Jackson took the loss for the Rangers. Starters Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers and Garrett Crochet both fared well in their 2025 season debuts. Eovaldi went 6 innings, striking out 9 batters and allowing 2 runs, while Crochet allowed 2 runs and struck out 4 Ranger batters. The Red Sox and Rangers will meet Friday and Saturday before finishing their series with a Sunday afternoon game. Next up, Philadelphia and Washington. In a contest that went back and forth, the Phillies defeated the Washington Nationals 7-3 in 10 innings on Friday in the nation's capital. The Nationals jumped out in front 1-0 when Keibert Ruiz homered in the 5th inning, only to have the Phillies strike in the 7th inning with 2 of their own 4-baggers, Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, doing the damage. The Nationals came back to tie the contest in the bottom of the 8th when Max Kepler scored on a wild pitch. The 9th inning saw no further scoring, and the teams went to the 10th frame, where the Phillies scored 4 runs in the top of the inning to put the game away. Down to their last out, the Phillies used a combination of walks and extra base hits to score 4 runs and take a lead they would never relinquish. Bryce Stott, who started the inning at second base, and Harper, who walked with 2 out, scored when Alex Bohm doubled, following a walk to Schwarber. JT Realmuto promptly tripled to score the final 2 runs. Jose Alvarado picked up the win in relief, while Colin Poche took the loss for the Nats. Phillies starter Zach Wheeler threw well, going 6 innings and striking out 8 batters, while the Nationals starter Mackenzie Gore deserved a better fate, throwing 6 innings of shutout baseball, allowing 1 hit and striking out 13 Philadelphia batters, the Phillies striking out 18 times in total. The Nationals struck out on 12 occasions. Teams will have Friday off before meeting for an early evening game on Saturday and an afternoon game Sunday. Next up, Cleveland and Kansas City. In an extra inning contest, the Guardians defeated the Royals 7-4 in 10 innings on Thursday afternoon in Kansas City. After the Royals scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning, thanks to a home run by Vinny Pasquantino, the Guardians came up with 4 of their own, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th to take a 4-3 lead. 2 of the runs came on sacrifice flies. Joe Kenzie Noel driving in Kyle Manzardo in the 4th, Jose Ramirez sending Gabriel Arias to the plate in the 6th inning, and finally a 2-run home run by Manzardo in the 6th frame. The Royals then tied the contest when Michael Massey drove in Pasquantino with another sacrifice fly. The 10th inning belonged to the Guardians. Inherited runner Brian Roche Rocio scored on a double by Stephen Kwan, and then Kwan and Carlos Santana scored on a double by Manzardo, giving Cleveland a 3-run lead, which they held when the Royals went quickly in the bottom of the inning. Manzardo went 3 for 4 with 2 runs, a home run, and 4 RBI, while Kwan was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Pasquantino led the Royals offensively, going 2 for 4 with a home run and a run and 3 RBI. The Royals struck out 10 times on the day. Emmanuel Clase picked up the win for the Guardians, while Sam Long suffered the loss. The team will take Friday off before meeting again on Saturday and then Sunday. I'm trying to remember this game. I know I saw it when Clase was in the game, and it's one of those things. I believe, if memory serves, the the Guardians were leading, and Clase gave up a run to tie it, and then the Guardians came back and won. So he actually blew a save, but he won the game. Clase did. He hasn't been pitching well. The end of the season last year, he just wasn't what he was. He was at his best. There's nobody better, but he hasn't been great in the last little while. The teams they'll take tomorrow off as well, meeting again on Saturday and then Sunday afternoon. Next up, Houston and the Mets. The Astros winning 3-1 in a low-scoring affair on Thursday afternoon in Houston. Houston scored once in the second inning, twice in the third. Jeremy Pena scoring on Jake Meyers' ground out in the second, and Itzhak Paredes scoring on Yainer Diaz's single, and Christian Walker scoring on an error. That would be all the Astros would need, although the Mets did put up some protest in the ninth inning when Starling Marte scored on Francisco Lindor's sacrifice fly. Why did I put didn't instead of did? Oh well, I should check these a little closer. Framber Valdez picked up the win on the mound for Houston, pitching 7 complete innings, while Clay Holmes took the loss for the Mets. Jake Meyers was the only batter on either team to get more than 1 hit, going 2 for 4 with an RBI. The teams play again on Friday and Saturday evening before having a rare Sunday off day. Next up, San Francisco and Cincinnati. The Giants scored 4 runs in the top of the ninth inning to score a 6-4 victory over the Reds in Cincinnati on Thursday afternoon. I was able to catch most of this. These games are all kind of 1 o'clock starting time, so hopping around, and I caught this when the Giants started rolling. They were trailing 3-2 going into the ninth frame. The Giants got a 1-out walk from Jung-Hoo Lee and a single from Matt Chapman, then a 2-out RBI single from Patrick Bailey, and a 2-run homer from Wilmer Flores to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. 2 runs by Ellie De La Cruz and another from TJ Friedl had given the Reds a 3-0 lead by the third inning, but the Giants scored 2 runs in the fourth frame before the explosion in the ninth to take the win. It was feast or famine for the Giants, who struck out 17 times on the day. Mike Yastrzemski was 2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts to lead the San Francisco offense. Friedl, Heimer Candelario, and Christian Encarnacion Strand all had 2 hits for the Reds. Tyler Rogers picked up the win in relief for the Giants, while Ian Gibbo took the loss. The Giants and Reds will take Friday off before completing their series Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Next game, San Diego and Atlanta. In what began as a close contest, the Padres scored 4 runs in the 7th inning to defeat the Braves 7-4 on Thursday afternoon in San Diego. The teams traded runs in the early going, the Padres leading 2-1 after 1 inning, but the Braves returned the favor, outscoring the Padres 2-1 in the third inning, and the teams went to the fourth frame tied 3-3. In the fourth, the Braves scored 1 run when Austin Riley homered to give Atlanta a 4-3 advantage, and that lone run held up until the 7th inning when the Padres notched their 4 runs thanks to a leadoff pinch hit home run by Gavin Sheets and a couple of sacrifice flies with runners on base by Luis Ariz and Jackson Merrill to end the scoring. Ozzie Albies had 3 RBI for the Braves, while Fernando Tatis Jr. had 3 hits, and Manny Machado and Elias Diaz had 2 hits apiece for the Padres. Merrill had 4 RBI to lead the San Diego in that department. Wandy Peralta picked up the economical win, facing only one batter, while Hector Neris took the loss for the Braves. Chris Sale, who had started, struck out 7 batters in 5 innings of work for the Braves. Padres will host the Braves on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings to complete their series. When I read this Sunday evening, it seems to me that will be the Sunday night national game, the Braves and the Padres, and that's a good matchup to have for the first Sunday night of the year. All if you're not familiar, most every game is finished by 4 o'clock on Sunday, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, and then a 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Central, or 4 p.m. Pacific is the national game. Next up, the Chicago White Sox and the Los Angeles Angels. One game does not a season make, but the Chicago White Sox will take what they can get after an 8-1 victory over the LA Angels on Thursday afternoon in Chicago. Remember, the White Sox lost 120 games last year. Maybe it was more than that, maybe 122, something like that. That's a lot. And so they got a nice win and a convincing one, 8-1 over the Angels. The White Sox scored 3 runs in the second inning and 5 more in the eighth inning to win going away. A home run by Austin Slater and a 2 RBI double by Miguel Vargas paced the White Sox to an early 3-0 lead after 3 innings. The eighth inning saw more of the same as Andrew Benintendi hit a 3-run homer and Lenyn Sosa hit a 2-run dinger to close out the scoring. The Angels' only run came on a home run from Logan O'Hoppe. For the most part, the Angels were their own worst enemy, striking out 10 times, including 7 of the last 9 outs. O'Hoppe was 2 for 4 for the Angels, while Vargas had 2 hits for Chicago. Sean Burke, who was 2-0 last year after getting called up late, picked up the win for Chicago, going 6 innings and allowing no earned runs. Yusei Kikuchi, Blue Jay fans will remember him, took the loss, giving up 3 earned runs over 6 innings. Teams will take Friday off as well, but meet again on Saturday and Sunday afternoons. And the game I was really wanting to watch, and I didn't see much of it, but just the way it worked. Again, another one of these 1 o'clock games. There was 9 games at 1 o'clock. So it was the Miami Marlins came from 3 runs behind, scoring 1 run in the bottom of the ninth inning to defeat Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4 on Thursday afternoon in Miami. But I wanted to watch it to see Paul Skeens pitch. He's probably my favorite player in Major League Baseball right now. After taking a 1-0 lead and then spotting the Pirates 4 runs to trail 4-1 after 5.5 innings, the Marlins scored 1 run in the sixth, 2 more in the eighth, and walked off with 1 run in the ninth to take the victory. Derek Hill gave the Marlins the early lead, hitting a double and scoring on a Xavier Edwards ground out, but then the Pirates took the lead when Brian Hayes and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa scored on Brian Reynolds' single in the fifth frame, and Nick Gonzalez hit a 2-run homer in the sixth inning. Trailing now 4-1, the Marlins inched closer when Edwards scored on a pass ball in the bottom of the sixth. Kyle Stowers scored on a single by Otto Lopez, and Lopez in turn scoring on a single by Dane Myers to tie the score at 4-4. Setting the stage for Stowers to drive in Nick Fortes with a winning run after Fortes had tripled to lead off the ninth inning. And I remember seeing that. That was exciting. The guy comes up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning, scores tied, and he gets a triple. Well, there's a pretty good chance he's going to score, and he did, of course. And great for the Marlins. Wasn't great for the Pirates. They're a team that I'm kind of excited about this year. Jesus Tinoco was the winning pitcher for the Marlins, while David Bednar took the loss for the Pirates. David Bednar has been having troubles the last year and a bit. He's just like Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians. He was lights out, and now he can't get it out. Both teams struggled at the plate. The Pirates striking out 11 times and the Marlins whiffing 10 times. The teams continued their series on Friday and Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon. The next game, Minnesota and St. Louis. The Cardinals defeated the Twins 5-3 on Thursday afternoon in St. Louis, in a game that started at least 1 hour later than scheduled because of weather. I think it was probably just rain. I, I wasn't. There was a period of time where the MLB TV was not working, so didn't really find out in the end what the weather problem was. It probably was just rain. I can remember last year at this time of year, it seemed like the Cardinals or the White Sox or the Cubs, teams in that area were getting rained out on a fairly regular basis. So it started an hour later than usual. The Cardinals led 4-0 after 3 innings, only allow the Twins to score 3 runs to get close before finally adding an insurance run in the eighth inning to claim the win. Lars Nootbaar did most of the damage early on for the Cardinals, leading off the bottom of the first with a single and coming home on Brendan Donovan's single, then hitting a 2-run home run in the second frame to give the Cards a 3-0 lead after 2 innings. Donovan extended the St. Louis lead, singling, then scoring on Ivan Herrera's single, giving the team a 4-0 lead after 3 innings. The Twins mounted a comeback of sorts when Harrison Bader, a former Cardinal, hit a 2-run home run in the fifth inning, and Willie Castro drove in Trevor Larnach to make things interesting at 4-3 after 6 innings, but the Cardinals held on, adding an insurance run in the eighth inning when Nolan Arenado homered to make the score 5-3 and in the scoring. Good for Nolan Arenado. He's had a couple rough years in St. Louis. They kind of wanted to even to get rid of him, but he's just listening to the broadcasters. He's he's just put his head down and he's working hard. And he's a great player. He was a great player. He's past his prime, but he's still a quality player. Larnach and Bader had 2 hits each for the Twins, who struck out 10 times on the day. Nootbaar, Donovan, Arenado, and Herrera all had 2 hits for the Cardinals. Starting pitchers figured in the decision. Sonny Gray getting the win for the Cardinals, pitching 5 innings and getting 6 strikeouts, while Pablo Lopez went 5 innings for the Twins, taking the loss. Happy to see Sonny Gray get the win. He struggled a little bit, although he did have some good outings in spring training. I mentioned yesterday, I like Sonny Gray. The teams will play Saturday and Sunday afternoon to complete the series. Then out here on the West Coast, the Dodgers and the Tigers. This is a great matchup too. Uh, Matt Snell and Tarek Skubal, the 2 pitchers. Skubal, of course, is a Cy Young award winner last year, and Snell has I think he's won a Cy Young or two, and just one of the top pitchers in the game. In a game that was as close as the score would indicate, the Dodgers defeated the Tigers 5-4 on Thursday afternoon in LA. The big inning for the Dodgers was the fifth when Teoscar Hernandez, Blue Jay fans will remember him, hit a 3-run home run to give the Dodgers a 4-2 lead. Spencer Torkelson hit a home run for the Tigers in the seventh, but that was as close as Detroit would get. Shohei Ohtani added an insurance home run in the bottom of the seventh to give the Dodgers a 5-3 lead, which was needed as Zach McKinstry got the Tigers close again, hitting a triple and scoring on Kerry Carpenter's sacrifice fly to end the scoring as the Dodgers eked out the 1-run win. Gleyber Torres and Manuel Margot had 2 hits each for the Tigers. Ohtani had 2 hits for Los Angeles. Both starters were in on the decision. Blake Snell getting the win for the Dodgers, pitching 5 innings, and Tarek Skubal taking the loss for the Tigers, allowing 4 earned runs in 5 innings of work. Teams will meet on Friday and Saturday evening before taking Sunday off. Now, see, that's a little reversal, like I said, about those rain days. Well, you're not going to get a rain day in Los Angeles, but they're taking Sunday off. But without even really looking at the schedule, I would say that the Tigers are probably traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast. They're 2 time zones, anyways. Well, Detroit is in the Eastern time zone, so that's the reason for that. A day off to make that travel, and yeah, Sunday you want to be playing baseball, especially in Los Angeles, but sometimes you got to make those sacrifices to fit in union stuff, and it makes it better for the players for traveling. Next up, the Cubs in Arizona. There were runs aplenty as the Cubs defeated Arizona Diamondbacks 10-6 on Thursday night in Phoenix. Both teams scored in 5 of the 9 innings played, but the Cubs had bigger numbers, scoring 3 runs in each of the second and fifth frames, scoring as many runs in those 2 innings as the Diamondbacks did in 9 innings. Cubs had 12 hits on the evening, 2 each from Ian Happ, Michael Busch, Nico Horner, and Miguel Amaya. Only 1 hit was a home run, Happ's second hit of the night, with nobody on base. Ketel Marte and Gabriel Marino had 2 hits each for Arizona. Eugenio Suarez hit a leadoff home run in the second inning for the Diamondbacks. Justin Steele picked up his first win in 2 starts for the Cubs, while Zach Gallen took the loss for Arizona, giving up 4 earned runs in 4 innings. Cubs and D-backs will continue their series Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. Justin Steele picked up his first win in 2 starts. He started and lost to the Dodgers when the Cubs and the Dodgers opened in Tokyo last week, 10 days ago or whatever it was. And the final game of the day, the Athletics in Seattle. I make no bones about it. The Athletics are my team, but I'm trying to be neutral in all of this. The Seattle Mariners scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning en route to a 4-2 win over the Athletics on Thursday night in Seattle. Tyler Soderstrom accounted for both Athletic runs, hitting home runs in the 5th and 7th innings. The Mariners, meanwhile, scored 1 run in the 7th inning and added 2 home runs to get their 3 runs in the 8th inning. Randy Arozarena and Jorge Polanco had the 4-baggers. Hits were at a premium in the contest, the Athletics recording 3 and the Mariners getting 5 over the course of the contest. Trent Thornton got credit for the win, while Jose Leclerc took the loss. Both starting pitchers threw well. Athletics' Luis Severino went 6 innings, allowing no runs, while Logan Gilbert went 7 strong innings for Seattle, allowing 2 hits while striking out 8 batters. The teams will meet again on Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon. So that's it for all the games. Just looking at my notes here on this paper, there's 9 games tomorrow, Friday. The only 2 teams that didn't play today were Colorado and Tampa Bay, and they took an extra day to work on the Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, where the Rays will be playing this year, since the roof of their stadium blew off last. I guess it was in September or October. Well, maybe it was even later after the season. Anyway, I guess I don't recall the Rays having to play somewhere else. So that's it for today. The answer to the question: what team did Mickey Mantle play for? He played, of course, for the New York Yankees. If you're old enough, you'd have no problems being able to answer that one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about this, about me sitting down and doing it like this. And I'm probably staring at the board a little more than I should, but um, it's easier, and I can be a little more concise and insightful about give a little more insight of the game by having these notes. So yeah, again, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. I will talk to you again soon.